EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Hoosier State, where Colts fans rise to their feet with the striking of the anvil as it is time for football here at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indy. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. On the Texans sideline, head coach DeMeco Ryans. His guys fell short last week after a victory in the opener. On the other side, Colts head coach Shane Steichen. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Now Jones. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing, Jones. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Got his man, it's Warren. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Here's a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Texans' 33-yard line.
Off the bootleg, Jones. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Reed Blankenship on the coverage.
Back to throw again. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And his kick is indeed good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he rifles one incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stroud working out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 12. And the Texans first down.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2 yards on the pickup.
The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 20 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
And no surprise, everyone in the building we've talked to is still really excited about his big day on the ground last week. It was an excellent performance, not just from him as a runner, but from each of those linemen, tight ends, wide receivers, everyone to help clear his way.
And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times you know about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterwards. I know he's trying to make a play, but that time, he ends up drawing the flag.
2nd and 6. Stroud out of the gun here. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Stroud to throw it. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jaden Higgins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Henry To'o there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this will be caught by Mooney. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Petrie picking up the sack on a safety blitz. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. A great move by Montgomery. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
And Stroud now to throw. Open man is Higgins. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Throwing now is Stroud. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Houston.
Montgomery on the counter. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And the Texans first down.
They'll run. This is the former USC man, Woody Marks. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. A quick throw there is incomplete. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Stroud looking to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Running right through him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
That's another Colts first down.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's to the sideline and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Open man, Westbrook-Akine. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now motion left with Mooney. They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Wiggles free. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Looking to throw. Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A 44-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
First down, Texans.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 92 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
First down, Houston.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Marks. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete to Mooney. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 6.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Knoll. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now again running right is Montgomery. 160 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Stroud. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Some good running from Stroud, and he gets them the first down.
17 yards. First down, Texans.
Marks now on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 10-yard line.
Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Tank Dell from 10 yards out. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Over the middle, pass caught by Warren. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now out comes Houston. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Stroud. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Looking to throw. Stroud. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 20.
Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Stroud. And that went to the right side and incomplete. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. It's only week 3 on the schedule, but already some big-name teams with big early tests. Will they pass or fail? Let's get into it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. At Lambeau Field in Green Bay, the Packers at home to take on the Falcons. And it's Josh Jacobs. He's got some burst, he's got some room, he's gone. Footwork, agility, speed, power, a brilliant run for the touchdown. The Packers come away with a victory. They win by 6. Lastly, let's head to Buffalo. The Bills hosting the LA Chargers. And it's the former first-round pick, Quentin Johnston. He's going to find an opening down the field and pull this one in. 56 yards. Touchdown. The Chargers find a way to pull this one out as they escape with the narrow win. With that, let's give you a look at the rest of the action this week around the league. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. It's It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and 1 at the 30-yard line.
Stroud sets up the play action. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Klein. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12. And the Texans first down.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Colts pick it up. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point.
The previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Running left, Montgomery. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Colts pick it up. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 43, here's second down and 7. Pierce in motion left. Now Jones. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
A 1-yard loss on the play. It's now third and 10.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Taylor. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Now we'll pause for the injured player, and it's Jonathan Taylor who's shaken up. That certainly would be a major loss for this offense. Hopefully he's okay. Throwing, Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
9 yards to go.
Out of the gun now on third down. This one into the hands of Will Mallory. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Colts first down.
Off play action. Jones got his open man. It's Mallory. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jones under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Operating from the gun. Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on third down, Stroud. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Houston. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Looking to put a drive together. Now a play fake here on first down. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 39, Jones. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
And the Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Jones. Off play action. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag, that'll push him back 5. Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Danielle Hunter picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. Running free at the 45. And finally brought down at the 43. 208 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Stroud off the play fake. Open man here is Conklin. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Stroud to throw it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. David Montgomery with career touchdown number 70. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. This offense headed back out. As they do, we check out what they have going on for the next 3 weeks schedule-wise. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They pitch it to Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. Henry To'oTo'o got in there behind the line of scrimmage that time.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jones. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 16. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 249 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll run with Montgomery. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
At the 46-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd
To
and
throw
6.
on 2nd and 6. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Operating from the gun, Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Jones. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Gould, 30 yards. And the Colts are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they look to finish strong in this 4th quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Play action. Stroud now. That is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And Stroud now to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts offense and Daniel Jones set to take over again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Jones now throwing to start the drive. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now a 2nd and 2.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
All the option left, it's Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 41.
In motion, the tight end. Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 31-yard line.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. That's to the tight end, Mallory. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Texans' 10-yard line.
On the give, this is Harris. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
Harris is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Houston, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.